Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to another Access 72 video. Pleasure to be joined by Ryan Walsh today. Ryan, weigh-in day, how are we feeling?
Great, thank you. Best I've ever made a weigh-in in my life. That's over 24 years of doing this type of process, and experience is something you can't buy fake, or it's something that counts, and it counted today. I'm really happy with everything. That's the way it's gone. It's been brilliant.
And I suppose what made this different? What made this feel more comfortable this time?
I suppose maybe having a little bit of time between the fights. I got plenty of time to get ready for the fight. That helped, and the motivation that my opponents give me with his words.
What was being said up there? Am I allowed to ask?
Yeah, you've just been cheeky and very disrespectful, and you have to pay. Actions speak louder than words, and that's what I keep repeating. My actions will show him why he shouldn't have used them stupid words.
Do you feel like he definitely has vulnerabilities in his game?
Yeah, he showed that. He showed that in a few fights. But he's quite well rounded. He's with a good team. I respect the team he's round. I respect that they're going to have some tactics. But like my dad used to tell me, you can't put what God left out, and there's some things that he's left out of his arsenal. And I'm going to expose that.
No, it's definitely a very exciting fight. I'm sure it will be. And I suppose, do you never really mind coming in as the away fighter?
I've been the away fighter numerous times, and there's something nice about it. I think as an Englishman, and in Britain in general, we love an underdog. So if I'm classed as the underdog, the away fighter, I'd never see myself as that. I never have, but it does make it a little bit sweeter.
And you have been in some huge fights in the past, and I suppose, what are you now looking for when the phone goes? What are you now wanting to hear when you get called for a fight?
I wouldn't disrespect this sport myself, or even Reece at this point of thinking anything past this fight. I know what I want. My goal is to be the lightweight British champion. That's what I will achieve before this is all done and dusted. And this is a big way for the British Board of Boxing to give me a ranking, which is what I want. So the phone call, I suppose, I want is a British title fight. But who it is, I'm not bothered. All I care about is winning this fight. Otherwise, the phone call, I don't even get the phone call.
Of course, and you've been in boxing professionally a long time now, and I suppose, how has things changed? We've got people like GBM now. These weren't around when I'm sure you first started. How's things changed?
Well, I've been in it for at least 16 years now, and it's changing for the better. GBM, with the Riyadh season and the money there, is changing the game for positive. It's having positive impacts and positive steps. And the best fighting the best is the best thing that I've seen, which looks like it's happening more and more. And I think the Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev fight proves that. There's fights that are happening now that weren't happening, and this is where boxing is definitely improved in the last 2 years. And I'm really happy to be some sort of part of it. I think me and Reece in another time without GBM might not have happened. I mean, we was meant to fight for the British title. It didn't happen, and that was in a different time. So I'm very grateful that we are getting the fights. I'm a boxing fan, so I want to see good fights. No one wants to see boring 90-10 fights, 95-10 fights. We all want to see them 50-50, 60-40s. It's really good time to be a boxer.
Have you always kind of had the mindset of wanting to give the fans their money's worth?
100%. We'll have a good 50 coming from all the way from Norfolk. It's a 3.5 hour drive. By the time you're done and dusted, you've committed 10 hours of your life to this, and it's my duty to make sure, probably more actually, if you're looking at a whole day of your life, your money, your fuel, because that's the most expensive thing. I owe it to them. I owe it to every one of them people, and even the neutrals, and even the aware fans, to put on a show worthy of that money. The last time I travelled this far, that weren't good enough. I'm disappointed in that. I've got something to prove to myself, and then hopefully pay back to them people who travelled.
Definitely. And do you feel like you're possibly going into a bit of a second prime now?
Well, this is what I'm going to prove. I'm going to prove that age is just a number. I'm going to prove that experience is everything. I lost my first real fight to experience. So it'd be nice to win my last fight, my most recent fight, with experience. Because I know what it's like when someone's just got a little bit too much around. And that's what happened with me in my first genuine loss.
And one final question from me. I appreciate your time. Just in general, what is going to end up happening tomorrow night?
We're going to have two men collide, and I am the unstoppable force, and he ain't the immovable object. He's been moved. We've seen that with fighters. So let's see. I don't think he can stop this. So, and he said things that he's earned his good hiding already. He's earned it, and that's what he needs.
Ryan, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much, man.